Hi, Tom Cole for the Steve Taylor Community Connection. Certainly an honor and privilege to be here with an outstanding young lady, Robin Laird, from a great organization, Hannah Socks. Robin, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I'm liking the scarf.
Oh, thank you.
And I like the sweatshirt.
It's all coordinated.
Hannah Socks, that's so cool. Was looking up information on Hannah Socks, and it was so impressive. The fact that you're a local organization, you're a national organization, and you're an international organization. Kind of give us the metamorphosis of that. Tell us a little bit about Hannah Socks.
Well, Hannah's began in 2004 on Thanksgiving Day, actually at Cherry Street Mission, when the Turner family, who are the founders of Hannah Socks, were there serving lunch. Little 4-year-old Hannah saw a gentleman with no socks on and was just appalled. And so as a 4-year-old who's quite innocent, she tried to give him her socks, and obviously that wasn't going to work. So her parents promised her that they would come back the next day and bring socks. So they started with 100 pair of socks, and they started to reach out to family and friends locally, and it's grown from there. We pretty much push out between 2,000 and 4,000 pair of socks a month to local partners.
Wait, take me back there again. How many socks?
Between 2,000 and 4,000. Now this past
Wow.
month we actually gave out 8,100.
Wow.
Plus an additional 21,000 that went to Southern Ohio, West Virginia, Northern Kentucky.
And where did the socks go, Robin?
They go to different shelters, churches that might have food pantries or places that serve meals. Schools, we partner with Toledo Public Schools with their nurses so that the nurses all have socks from Hannah's, and then they can
They
distribute
see
them.
a youngster during the
Exactly.
winter that doesn't have
Comes
socks.
in, they're
Boom, here we
they don't
go.
have boots, so their
Yeah,
socks get
yeah,
wet, and so they
yeah,
can hand them
yeah.
out that way. So we really reach all ages, from 0 to 100, or however old somebody might be who takes advantage of those programs.
We're fortunate to be able to work with a lot of shelters, and they say, in which I'm telling you something you don't know. You know what I'm going to say. They say universally that the socks is a big deal.
Yes.
And especially obviously in the winter. They say that
Absolutely.
their clients don't have socks.
Right, and they say the number one most requested item in a homeless shelter are socks.
Yeah.
And I think it's because people are living, if they aren't in a shelter, they're probably on the streets.
Yes.
And feet, as much as people might not know, but feet are really very connected to health.
Oh,
and so when
absolutely.
feet are cold or
Yeah,
wet or
right.
sore or whatever,
Right.
that impacts health dramatically. So if you can even just have a pair of socks that you can count on having, during any kind of weather, then it helps just with health in general and dignity. I mean,
Yes.
kids especially, they notice things. And if you have a pair of socks that has holes or is worn, or you don't have socks on, that can impact.
And Robin, that is such a salient point, dignity. That folks, our winters can be difficult, in the
Absolutely.
Midwest, and to walk around without socks in the winter can be extraordinarily difficult. So it is a dignity thing.
Absolutely.
And that's a very interesting phraseology and very true. Give me a couple of partners that you work with.
Cherry Street, obviously.
Which we do also.
Yes. Sylvania Family Services.
Which we do also.
Marketplace for All People, which is out of St. Paul's downtown. I'm trying to think of where we delivered this month. Oh, like I say, schools. We do some of the churches. Pilgrim Church does a food pantry, so they hand out to them. And really, like Bethany House, domestic violence shelters, SEF Center, Lucas County Mental Health Center, all those kind of. And then sometimes we will partner, of course, not in the age of coronavirus, but we will partner with Salvation Army for their Tools for School program. So we distribute thousands at that point. We have usually partnered with Boys and Girls Club for their Christmas party. Right now, that's kind of on hold. We are going to be partnering with the Toledo Neighborhoods division out of One Government Center, and they're going to be they have like 500 to 600 people that will come for a Thanksgiving luncheon, and we'll provide socks for that.
And we're so excited of partnering with Hannah Socks.
We are thrilled.
In our 8 dealerships, we're going to, starting I think next week through into Christmas, we'll have a sock box, and then we'll collect new socks from all of our dealerships, from our employees. We have 450 employees. And then clients that come in to buy cars, if they If they buy a car, they're going to get X amount off if they bring a pair of socks, new
love
socks.
that.
So this is going to be a great relationship, and we're really excited about it. And thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Okay.
Hi, I'm here with Robin on the Steve Taylor Community Connection. We've all kind of struggled during this pandemic, and we've had to make those necessary adjustments, all of us in business. And so just give us a little insight of how Hannah's Socks has been able to make that adjustment.
Well, first of all, because of everything going on, we had to actually cancel our big premier fundraiser. So that took a lot
And what is that called?
It's called Soul Train, and
Oh,
it is. It's a dance party, and it's SOLE train. So we kind of make a play on words for the socks. So we had to cancel that. So that took a lot of money off of our plate. We usually get a great deal of money from the turkey chase being held this year, and they have been more laser focused and are just focusing on Cherry Street Mission, which is great this year. So we've got some monetary changes. And then of course people are not holding sock drives because they aren't together. And our partners, it's interesting because we're still distributing the same number of socks, but the number of partners who are actually open for business has decreased. So the partners who are open are kind of picking up the slack. And we've just been really fortunate that we've done some good, we're very steward-like on our finances, so we have the money that we can use to purchase socks, but we're getting to a point now, like our inventory is almost depleted, and so, we're getting to a point now where we have to kind of really start thinking, okay, how can we make this next step so that we can get the socks we need to the partners who need them, and yet still be able to manage through this whole pandemic.
What drives your organization?
Helping others, knowing that we're providing the dignity and the comfort that people who are living on the streets or in shelters might not necessarily be able to take advantage of. I talk a lot to kids about how the fact that we just, every day, we open drawers and take out a pair of socks. And that's such a tiny piece of our day that we don't even think about it. It's just automatic. And there are so many people in this world who that is a big deal for them. And so I think our volunteers, our board members, our supporters who hold sock drives and make donations to us, I think that's what they're looking at is we are helping everybody every day have a pair of socks. And it's so simple. And I think that's the other piece of it is it's nothing you
Simple but big.
Simple but huge impact.
Yes.
And I think that is really what drives us is it's something that can be done. And the other beauty of Hannah's is any age can get involved. So you can have a preschool do a sock drive and have the kids sort the socks by colors and then count and and then the kids make an impact. You can have churches with any people of all ages, be able to hold sock drives, and they can be super creative. Businesses like you guys are going to be doing, they can have contests and whatever to get the socks. And so it is so easy. And it's so easy to engage the community.
Right. Well, thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
So we're going to be partnering.
I love it.
We're going to be doing a whole lot of things together. We're connected to Hannah Socks. And just tell me, Robin, what does that mean to you?
Well, first of all, the socks are, the most basic and obvious reason is the socks because our inventory is so low. But I also think too that I love to see companies, local companies, get involved in the community. So we are going to be able to impact a lot of people in the community through Hannah's, but it's because of the Taylor Automotive family. And I think that is huge. I think that when, like you say, we don't always have to look to ourselves, but we're looking out for others, and to see companies as big as Taylor is, find that need and recognize a need in a community and decide that they want to help. I just love it. I mean, and obviously it's going to be great for Hannah's because we're going to get recognition around the community, and you're going to get recognition from our supporters, and it's a win-win. But I will tell you, the biggest winners of all are going to be these people who are going to receive the socks.
Exactly. Well, Robin, it's been such a pleasure to have you in today. And we are so happy that we are going to be connected and working together. So this is from Tom and myself, Terry Crosby. This has been your Steve Taylor Community Connection.